Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, Dynasty. Look at this. Look at this. Now, if I go off, I'm wrong. If I go off, I'm wrong. Get the out my car right now. That's disrespectful. It's not a joke and it's not funny. Get the out. Do not play with me like that. You don't open nobody's car like that. Are you insane? No, you're not sorry, or you wouldn't have done it. Move. Insane. You take a picture outside. I don't care.
Cebu Pacific passenger received a bomb threat via airdrop while inside the aircraft. Flight delayed for 2 hours. Not only did this person commit a serious felony, they committed that felony with the Counter-Strike bomb. If we were to give this person the benefit of the doubt, maybe they chose using that image because people understand that that's from a video game and would immediately notice it being a joke. Even though this is an incredibly dark joke and very dangerous joke, a joke nevertheless, it still doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why anybody would do this, because at the least, you're not flying that day, and at the most, you're behind bars and will never see the inside of a plane ever again. Mom accused of murder for leaving 16-month-old home alone during vacation in Detroit. Daughter dies while being left home alone for 8 days. A 16-month-old baby was left alone in a home for more than a week. That's not negligence, that was purposeful. That was malicious. She wanted that kid to die. That's the only thing that makes sense. Nobody can be that forgetful. No way. I refuse to believe that someone could just forget that their child is home alone starving. It makes no sense. You wanted that little girl to die. And to be honest, what really pisses me off is her mugshot. You can tell that there's nothing going on in her head. No guilt, no sadness, no thoughts. She left a child to die alone so she could have fun in Puerto Rico. What do you do to someone like this? What punishment is necessary? Death? That's quick, that's easy. Nah, she needs to linger, bro. You need to be here with us, with humanity for a little bit. You don't get to go to the hereafter and see judgment. No, you need to be wrapped around the breaking wheel and left spinning for as long as humanly possible. A climber rescued from death's door on Mount Everest is being slammed online for thanking his sponsors instead of the Sherpa who saved his life. This man passed out on the mountain because of hypoxia, and he was saved by this dude. This dude who was already pretty strained from climbing halfway up the mountain himself, this Sherpa walked him all the way down to save his life. And this guy doesn't even say thank you. He doesn't even go out of his way to say thank you. It's so ridiculous, man. And the primary issue that I had with this story after reading it is realizing that this dude had to get sponsors for this very expensive trip. Imagine acting so entitled and spoiled, while in reality, you couldn't even afford the trip yourself. An all-time low on the Upper West Side. Little boy's lemonade stand robbed. Yep, somebody robbed this adorable little boy because he had the audacity to try to sell some people lemonade and maybe bring some smiles to people's faces. Instead, a couple of youths, a couple of teens, because we don't know who did this, of course, chose to assault this kid and steal his money. And to be honest, I wish that was the end of the story. It gets worse. When the story was posted onto Twitter, every single terminally online, criminally unemployed mouth breather went out of their way to make fun of this kid for being robbed. Rip bozo, take the L, petite bourgeoisie scum. I would not endorse robbing a child or blaming crimes on someone's clothes in general, but on the other hand, just looking at this picture is filling me with an innate rage to rob that child. You want to rob children, you want to rob people because they happen to look better than you, because they supposedly look like they have more money than you? How jealous and envious can you be? These people are absolute goons, bro. Like, they are 100% terrible. These people want to clap up the harm of children, or maybe want to harm a child because they are losers, because they don't have any money. I just really cannot imagine being so pathetic. This has to be the worst headline I think I've read so far in this season of r/I'm a total piece of shit. This has to be the worst one. 83 men. 83 men. On a website called Without Her Knowing. Oh my God. Does this man deserve a trial? Does he deserve that courtesy? Because I can think of 83 reasons why he shouldn't be able to. If there had to be a candidate for a modern impaling, this man would be my nominee. That specific torture would give him a fraction of an idea of the pain that he put his wife through. Police officer who killed a dog by throwing it into a saucepan with boiling oil is being investigated for homicide. Wow, this dude looks pretty plump. I wonder what we can do with him. I wonder how he'd cook up in some oil. But in all seriousness, what would encourage someone to do this, man? We've encountered so many different types of just animal abuse on this subreddit, and the same question keeps coming up. What would encourage someone to do this? What do you get out of torturing an animal that can't fight back? What's strong about that? What's funny about that? You're a coward. I wonder how you're going to feel in prison when everybody there is going to try to victimize you the same way that you victimized that dog. This next clip shows a bunch of illegal North African migrants vandalizing a Holocaust memorial in France. A Michigan priest pleaded guilty this week for essaying a 5-year-old boy after he had officiated a funeral service for a family member. The assault happened in 1987. In exchange for his guilty plea, the remaining charges will be dismissed. Those charges related to the essay of a child from 1995 to 2000 while he was a student at Holy Redeemer School and Church in Burton. And that right there is one of the biggest reasons why I'm against plea deals. While I understand their utility in clearing out jails of criminals, because some areas are just so crime-ridden that people will wait for years in jail for their court date, so plea deals make it easy for people to just go immediately to prison, and usually it's for a reduced charge, and in this case, that's exactly what happened. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy got sub 5 years in prison for what he did, because he pleaded guilty. He didn't go in front of a judge, he didn't go in front of a jury, where he would most likely receive more jail time for everything that he's done. Look at this dude's face. He's not sorry. He knows he's gonna be out of jail soon. He knows he can harm other people. I truly hope that this man encounters hell in prison, because it's certainly overdue. I feel sorry for everyone that he's harmed who's not getting any justice, all because this sick piece of shit got a sweetheart deal. Argument between couples about reserved seats for new Jennifer Lawrence movie turns deadly. Teenager charged with homicide. One man is dead in New Mexico, and another man has been arrested after an argument over movie theater seats ended in violence and chaos. The dispute concerned reserved seats for a Sunday night screening of an R-rated Jennifer Lawrence sex comedy, No Hard Feelings. No Jennifer Lawrence movie is worth killing over. I want that to be on the record. And certainly reserved seats at an AMC theater is definitely not worth killing over. You both destroyed your own life and the person you killed over a movie seat. I swear, bro, people who behave like you are designed for prison. These people's beliefs and behaviors are incongruent with normal society, and it's a real shame that we have to put up with them every single day. It's really a shame that you can't even go see a movie anymore safely. You have to walk on eggshells around people because they just might shoot you if you sit in the wrong seat. This TikTok prankster goes out of his way to threaten a couple after they buy him a meal.
Yo, excuse me, guys. I'm trying to get something to eat. Do you think you might have any spare change by any chance?
Do you want something real quick? I could get you a $5 meal.
If you could, it'd be a blessing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. What's your name?
My name is Fun.
Fanya, I'm Trey. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey guys, I just want to say thank you so much for giving me that food. I want to give you this rock. Now, if you didn't give me any money to get food, I would have bashed both your skulls in with that rock. But I want to say, life's about choices. And you made a valuable choice, and the correct choice. You decided to spare money for that meal, and I decided to spare your lives.
What are you talking about, bro? Spare my
You
life
guys
for
are
what?
super sweet. Sweet.
Serious? Bro, get your shit in
You
balance.
guys are really sweet, you know? I appreciate that.
How dare you, bro?
Thank you. Oh, you're lucky.
Kind gesture to buy you
Yeah.
something, and that's what you want.
Some people came into my backyard and broke my newly planted trees. Those people were probably watching you put those in for however many weekends it took you to really plant those trees and have them get started, because that really doesn't seem random. And you have to realize that the only reason why people do stuff like this is because they're jealous of your happiness. Well, not jealous, they're envious of your happiness. That's why they go out of their way to take away the things that make you happy. I really hope these people just went out of their way to get new trees so that they could prove to whoever did this that their actions don't affect them. Villagers chop off adult man's thumb in Gujarat after nephew picks up ball during during cricket match. A Dalit man's thumb was allegedly chopped off by a group of villagers in Gujarat's Patan district after his nephew picked up a ball while watching a cricket match at a school playground in the village. The incident took place in Kakoshi village in the district when the boy picked up the ball while watching a cricket match in the school playground. The accused then got angry and threatened the boy. Casteist slurs were allegedly hurled at the boy with the intention of insulting and intimidating members of the Dalit community.
Come on. Come on, baby. I just want out.
You ever go out of your way to carve your name into the Roman Colosseum?
Serious, man? Fucked up, man. Stupid asshole.
Former Harvard morgue manager stole brains, skin, and other body parts to sell them, indictment says. The organs are dead. So what do you get from selling them? If you are a doctor, let us know in the comments down below what in the world someone could get for dead brains and skin. What do you get out of that? The only thing that comes to my mind is that maybe there's people online who want to purchase anatomical specimens. Like you want a whole brain, you want a bunch of skin and a few body parts in your, I don't know, apartment, in your house. I don't know, man. She shouldn't be covering her face because this is a federal indictment. We know who you are. Your name is out there. We know who you are. And it's not even like she's covering her face well. I can see your face. You're a piece of shit. YouTuber car stunt kills boy 5 and leaves mother and 4-year-old sister in hospital. Italians in rented Lamborghini cause crash while taunting other drivers for social media video. People seem to be willing to sacrifice anything for online clout. People are so desperate to be recognized for BS that they're willing to sacrifice a child's life for a little bit of fame on the internet. Now you ruined a car that you don't own, so that's going to be a fun lawsuit for you, and you killed somebody, and you hospitalized a baby and a grown woman, all for that pointless internet fame. All of that just so that a bunch of people on the internet who don't care about you will watch your video and follow your Instagram.
There's so much to expose on these mummy ran accounts and these dance mom accounts. And yeah, it's actually a very fascinating and sick rabbit hole to go down. So here we go. I end up on this account. It is of a girl under the age of 13, 130,000 very questionable followers. And on her story, it is a shared post from this account. So I go check it out. Okay, pretty nondescript. Doesn't say who's running it. Doesn't really say much. 100,000 followers. All the images of our young girls, almost all under the age of 13, bathing suit, dance wear, gymnast attire. So this account has a lot of these dance mom children that I am familiar with now. And I pick one who is 10 years old, check out the comments. They're filtering the comments on this account. So I click who's liking these photos, and this is what I find. These individuals are liking the photos of these young girls. And I personally don't see a lot of other teen girls or dancer or gymnast. It looks like a lot of questionable accounts. So let's choose one. This guy, Marvin here. Who's he following? No surprise. Marvin's a creep who is following a lot of young girls on these accounts.
AirTags reveal officials in Mexico stole items donated for earthquake relief in Turkey. Wow, stealing from people who are suffering? Oh, stealing from people who are buried under concrete and rebar? Oh my gosh, how low can someone go? If this doesn't encourage you to get an AirTag or some sort of geotag for your stuff when you're traveling, go ahead and pick it up now. I'm not the type to rep Apple stuff, but the AirTag has been a fantastic little innovation. I really like the fact that you can just throw that into any bag and you will never lose a thing ever again. It's so dope. Uber passenger 48 who shot dead her driver because she thought he was kidnapping her and taking her to Mexico is charged with murder as his family mourns and demands justice. Now look, self-defense is important. I understand someone feeling scared, and I understand someone not understanding a situation, but you didn't use any common sense. You just killed someone on a hunch, and that hunch was horribly wrong. He was not taking you to Mexico, he was not kidnapping you, and you were using Uber, which has tons and tons of personal information. If people are going to kidnap you, they're not going to use a service that literally tracks all of their movements and has all of their personal information. Now don't get me wrong, if you genuinely feel in danger, by all means, use self-defense, but you need to have common sense. Wow, we're looking at a $150,000 car, maybe even a $200,000 car. That's a crazy vehicle, and you have the audacity to not only park in the handicap space when you don't have the little placard, but you didn't even bother parking in the space. Genuinely, if I saw someone dousing your car in lighter fluid about to set it on fire, I didn't see that, I didn't see shit. I'm walking away because you need to learn. Somebody needs to do something terrible to your vehicle for you to understand just how unacceptable this type of behavior is. All of your wheels need to be popped. I am yanking that Rolls-Royce emblem right off the top of your hood. I don't care if it goes in. That only means I have to work harder to get it. Look, be a bigot if you want to be a bigot. It's a part of the human experience. But if you're going to be bigoted, you gotta be good at it. You can't be illiterate and homophobic. You have to pick a struggle, because this is embarrassing, my man. That is not how you spell that. Oh, and it gets worse. OP never went into detail about whether or not this was actually like a pride or gay car. It could have just been someone who likes rainbows. Did that ever cross this person's mind? I seriously doubt it. Jesus. How? He doesn't even know how to spell speak. Catching the men who sell Subway What? Huh? Women who are groped on trains in East Asia face further threat of assault after being filmed and having those films uploaded for sale online. Wow. Now, before anybody says it, I'm not the one who censors the images, man. I just pull them off of Reddit. It's actually a part of the subreddit's rules. No identifiable characteristics or information. I know, tomatoes, it sucks. I agree with you. We should know who this sick fuck is, but that's the circumstances of the subreddit. Good thing that's not the circumstances of my channel though, because this is what this guy's face looks like. And I found his face in like 10 seconds of Googling. This BBC article was pretty comprehensive, so I linked it in the pinned comment. So if you're interested in learning more about this story, there it is. There is a video attached to this. I was gonna put it into this one, but it's a little violent. It was a little crazy. The video shows this man being confronted, and he was silent the entire time. They kept bringing up facts about how he was selling these videos of these women online on multiple different websites, and it wasn't until the very end of the video where this guy just got angry out of nowhere and attempted to assault the entire team of people that was walking with this woman while she was trying to interview him. It was crazy. The article is insane. I encourage all of you guys to read it. And our final post of the day comes from the New York Post. I divorced my dying husband. He wallowed in self-pity and it killed my vibe. It killed your vibe that your husband was ill and that you naturally needed to take on some responsibilities to take care of him, and you didn't want to do that, so you just left him? Seriously? Killed your vibe. Wow, what a spectacular way of saying that you abandoned and neglected your husband. And yes, I know she looks like Adriana from The Sopranos. I swear it's not the same actor, it's not her. Thank God, you feel me? This is just some random piece of shit who happens to share the face. But that's not important, obviously. I really hope this person never finds love ever again. If you really go out of your way to behave like this with one person, you don't deserve to be in love with anybody else after that. She needs to understand and experience loneliness the same way that her ex-husband did. She needs to feel what it feels like to be abandoned by the world and have nobody care about her. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ailurus, aka Bandit Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure to hit that bell so you get these notifications every time. Go ahead and check out the community tab. There's going to be a content poll for next week. So if you have a particular video that you want to see, go ahead and vote in the communities tab. The vote will be open all the way to the end of this week. And feel free to recommend any videos that aren't, in the poll, because sometimes I leave out some content that people really want to see. Like this week, a lot of people wanted to see Morbid Reality instead of r/I'm a total piece of shit. So again, if you want sway over next week's content, go ahead and participate in that poll and let us know in the comments of that post. And as always, gotta thank the Patreon supporters that make content like this possible. A big thank you to Tori, Sleepy Dragon, Ducky Aiden Loves Ailurus, Mr. Mambo, Power Lover, Sherry Morrison, Tron Destroy 23, The Eggs 1, Fitz Chivalry, Din Corda, Code Connor Purvis, Ailurus's mom, S16, Squish, Rinhex, Rare Days, Mr. Bean, My Golden Experience, James Tucker, Big Boy Bailey, BMX30, Cinnamon Sticks, Scott, The Fake Musician, Buckethead, Samantha Bellhart, Admin Faniker, Zach F, Bloody Hunter, Keely, Dundernaz Hawk, Lady Laughs a Lot, Swiss Patreon user, and Noah. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one to my merch store and one to my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so we can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.